Today I will explain to you the poem Journey of the Magi by T.S. Eliot. A journey is a trip. It means going from one place to another. The Magi actually means the three wise men who traveled a long journey in order to meet the baby Jesus. The poet T.S. Eliot took up the persona of one of the three wise men who undertook the journey. A persona in a poem means any personality or character that the poet chooses to speak as. It may be his own personality. He may speak as himself, or he may put himself in the place of another person and speak as that person. In this poem, Eliot speaks as if he is one of the three wise men. He began the journey by describing the weather during the journey. It was very, very cold. It was the worst time of the year for such a long journey. The Magi probably came from the Middle East, from a hot desert terrain where camels were the main source of transportation. While the camels were in the desert, they were very comfortable, but they had to travel all the way to Bethlehem, which was in Israel. The feet of the camels had become galled or sore due to the cold. Their bruised feet, the long, tiring journey, and the strange experience of traveling in the snow made them refractory or disobedient, unmanageable, and rebellious. The journey was difficult not only for the camels, but also for the three wise men. There were times when they regretted leaving their summer palaces on the hill slopes. They missed the pleasant climate, the life of ease and luxury as kings, with the silken girls bringing them sherbet or drinks. They also faced difficulties when the camel men cursed and grumbled and ran away as they missed their liquor and their women. They faced difficulties of lack of shelters and accommodation, especially in the cities where people were hostile and unfriendly towards them. Some of the villages that they had to pass through were dirty. Many times they were charged very high prices for goods and services because they were strangers. Towards the end of their journey, they decided that it is better to travel at night and sleep in snatches. The difficulties they encounter make them feel that this was all folly or foolishness. At dawn or early morning, they came down to a temperate valley, that is, a valley where the weather is pleasant. The areas around the place are wet below the snow line and smelt of vegetation. There is a running stream or a fountain and a water mill beating in the darkness. There were 3 trees in the low sky. These 3 trees or crosses refers to the 3 crosses of Calvary, or the place where Jesus was crucified along with 2 thieves, one on his right and one on his left. The white horse is symbolic of the prophecy that Jesus will come back one day as a conqueror and a prince of peace. The rest of the images in the poem are also symbolic. The Magi, or the 3 wise men, came to a tavern or an inn where vine leaves were there over the lintel or the doorway. They saw 6 hands or 6 persons drinking and gambling with silver coins. The Magi questioned them about the birthplace of the Messiah, but they could not get much information from them. So they continued on their journey until they reached their destination. T.S. Eliot made use of the flashback technique to refer to the past as well as the later events after the birth of Christ.